boys and girls. In this lesson, we will learn how to add tens to a three-digit number mentally using the add the tens strategy. We will learn how to add tens to a three-digit number mentally using the add 100, then subtract the extra 10 strategy. And finally, we will learn how to add hundreds to a three-digit number mentally using the add the hundred strategy. Let's get started. In this first problem, our question is to find 213 plus 50. The first thing I want to do is use my number bond to group 213 into tens and hundreds and ones. So I put 213 here. I know that there's one set of 10 in this number, so I'm going to put that here. And then my hundreds and ones that's left is 203. Now the first step to solving this problem is to add the tens. So I'm going to add the 10 that we took out from 213 to the 50, which is the second addend in this problem. And 10 plus 50 equals 60. So now I'm going to add that result to the hundreds and tens. So I'm going to add my 60 to my 203, which are my hundreds and ones, and that gives me 263. So 213 plus 50 equals 263. What I'd like you to do right now, boys and girls, is please pause the video, and I want you to try the first sample problem. After you've solved the sample problem, discuss your solution with a partner, and then play the video so you can see the second problem. Okay, boys and girls, we're back for the second problem. This one wants us to find the sum for 345 plus 80. And we're going to use the add the hundred strategy and subtract the extra ones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my number 80. And it's much easier to add 100 to 345 than it is to add 80. So now I have to think, 80 plus what will give me 100? 80 plus 20 will give me 100. So now, step one, I'm going to add this 100 to 345. So 345 plus 100 is 445. Now step two, I have to subtract these extra tens that I added in. So I'm going to subtract 20 from this result, from this sum. So I'm going to put 445 minus 20 gives me 425. So 345 plus 80 equals 425. Okay, boys and girls, I would like for you to please pause the video again. I'd like you to try the second sample problem where you will be adding the tens and then adding 100, and subtracting the extra tens. When you're finished, talk about your solution and strategies for solving with a partner, and then replay the video to see our final sample problem. Okay, boys and girls, we are now on our final sample problem for this lesson. This final sample problem, we are going to use the add the hundreds strategy to mentally add 172 plus 300. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take 172 and I'm going to separate that into hundreds and then tens and ones. So I know that there is 100 in 172, and that leaves me with 72, 7 tens and 2 ones. Now I'm going to add the hundreds. So I'm going to add the 100 that I separated out here in my number bond, plus the 300, which is the other addend, and I get a sum of 400. Now step 2 is I'm going to add that result to the tens and ones. So now, boys and girls, I have 400, and I have to go back up here to my number bond to where I separated out my tens and ones, and I'm going to add 400 plus 72, which gives me a sum of 472. So now I know that 172 plus 300 gives me a sum of 472. All right, boys and girls, now what I'd like you to do is try the last sample problem. After you've completed the problem, talk with a partner about your solution and strategies, and then you can go on and do the work in your math folder.